Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2018 reading. This is a general reading. For some of you it may all resonate, or some of it may resonate. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So have a listen to that as well. I've also had some inquiries about how to find your rising sign and moon sign. There are astrology sites on the internet that offer a free astrological chart, and they're all quite good. So if you Google free astrology chart and type in your birth date, your time of birth and your place of birth, you can generate your chart, and from that you can get your rising sign and moon sign information. Again, this is a general reading. If you would like to have a personalised one-on-one reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a personal reading, which is a more detailed reading than the one that is given here, and it is specific to you and answers questions that you may have about your journey. So, having said that, let's get started and see what's in store for you for the month of June. I initially want to go to what has already gone on and in the past for some of you. Some of you it's still in the process of happening. You've got the Tower, and the Tower is the dismantling and pulling down of old ways, old behaviours, old ways of doing things, friendships or situations that no longer serve you. So there's this crumbling of the old to allow the new to come in. We can choose to bring about that change, see it and do it willingly, less disastrous. Often if we don't face issues that need to be reassessed, reevaluated and moved on, then the universe steps in, source steps in, God steps in, whatever it is that you follow is good for you, steps in and dismantles that. And so this seems to be happening around us and out of our control to bring in the needed change that we are needing. For some of you it's a relationship, for some of you it's a job that no longer suits, for some of you it's old habits, old behaviours, old ways of doing things that are not taking you where you need to go. They need to be changed, they need to be moved on. And so there's this change that's been coming in for you the end of May, but I also feel for some of you it still may be ongoing in the beginning of June. So it's still something that is in progress. It's still around. It's about ease and grace. It's about releasing these things and letting them go. Let them flow through you rather than holding on to them, trying to figure out why it's happening, what's going on. That all unfolds as June unfolds for you and July unfolds for you. You'll have a better understanding of why those changes have happened, why they were put in place, and what was going on with all of that. So let's have a look at what's going on around you. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is about financial comfort, abundance, luxury, ease, financial ease, and enjoyment of beautiful things. For some of you, I feel like there's a windfall coming. There's some sort of inheritance or money or some financial gain is coming your way. For others of you, I want to say be mindful of your spending. While you have an appreciation of all these beautiful things, be mindful that you're not overspending. Be mindful that you aren't frivolous in what you're spending to surround yourself with wonderful things, and then you get yourself into debt or owing money, or just be careful with that. So for some of you, it's a windfall and you enjoy the finer things, and others of you be mindful of overspending to acquire those things. Have an understanding of why you're needing those external gratification of the things that are a little bit out of your price range. Have a look at that. But what's crossing you here is the Empress, and the Empress is about new ideas, new plans, new ventures, the birth of a child, a marriage, it's going to be different for different Sagittarians, but I feel that I want to say, is there a new plan that you're putting in place? Is it costing you more than you expect it to? Is it a new house that's being built, or a new location, or a holiday, or, you know, what ideas are you putting in place? Be mindful of how much it's costing, what the spending is, how much money's going into this. Is it something that can be you can afford at this particular time? So be mindful of not overspending with this new venture, with this new idea, with this new plan that you have. Okay, because it's there, the money's there, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it, because underneath that you've also got the Devil card, and the Devil card is all about temptation. There you go. It's about temptation. It's about why are you having the need to have these luxurious things around you, overspending? Who are you pleasing? What are you doing? Is it why are you needing to do that at this particular point, at this stage? So look at your motivation behind what you're doing with your money, with your ideas, with the choices and decisions that you're making. If they're honourable, if they fit you, if they suit you, then go ahead and do it. But ask yourself, why are you doing it? Are you doing it for somebody else? Are you doing it as an ego drive, as an ego thing? What's causing the decisions that you're making? Understand that. Understand that. It's about also standing back and changing, looking at things from a different perspective. So look at the situation, look at it, stand back and analyze it, stand back and look at it, rather than being in the middle of it, because I feel like if you're in the middle of it, they're going to be decisions, you're not going to see it clearly. You're going to make hasty decisions. You may make the wrong decision, or the decision for the wrong reasons, rather than standing back and looking at it. And I feel like there's a group of people, there's a situation happening that you need to stand back from and really look at the reality of it. Look at what's going on. It can be in the work environment, it can be in the job, it can be in the family, it can be in the home, but just look at it from a different perspective. Pull yourself out of that situation and look at it as a third person. Look at it practically, being asked to look at it practically, rather than get caught up in the emotion of the decision. This is what I want to say to you. Don't get caught up in the emotion of the decision. Stand back and look at it clearly before you make a decision, and really ask yourself what's motivating you to make those decisions. Is it somebody else that's pulling your strings? Is it somebody else that's wanting you to make those decisions to suit them? Or is it that you really want to make those decisions? Ask yourself those big, important questions before you do that. You know, you've got here the Prince of Wands, which is coming up through June. It's going to come up. You know, this situation is going to happen at various times for different Sagittarians, because, of course, birthdays are different, so the timing may be different for each of you. But, you know, the Prince of Wands is about new ideas, things that you're thinking. What are you thinking about? What are you processing? What do you want to put in place? What plans do you have that you're making? At this point, it's all in the thought process, something that you're feeling quite passionate about, something that you're feeling quite motivated about. They're creative ideas that are in the initial stages of planning. They haven't come to fruition yet. They haven't come to the stage of actually making them happen. It's just things that you are planning at this point, which is really you're going to be giving it a lot of thought. You're going to be giving their new opportunities. I feel like they're new opportunities. They're new. I feel like they're like little balloons that are going to pop. You know, you've got these little balloons that you're inflating. Here's an idea. Here's an idea here. Which one's going to pop first? Which one? They're all these little ideas that you've got. That you're playing with, that you're working on, and let's see which one you're going to choose. They're just going to pop in front of you, and you think, oh wow, look, they're all just going to, they have the potential of all taking off eventually, okay? But, you know, it's looking at what's driving you, getting in touch with your passion, your interest, what you really want to be doing. That's quite exciting because there's quite a few of them. You've also got the Prince of Pentacles, you know, because these ideas, which is, so the princes are like the pages, and they're ideas at this stage. But all these ideas have the potential of making you money, making you, improving your financial status, improving your finances. They're all ideas. Don't count the chickens before your eggs hatch, though, because they're ideas. They have the potential of making you an added financial gain. But they're ideas yet. They haven't come to fruition yet. Okay, so don't prematurely spend the money, which is what I was talking about in the beginning. Okay, don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch. You know, there is also around you a situation that you are moving on to. Here you've got the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is, you know, these are all ideas that you've had in the past that haven't worked, or situations that you felt quite passionate about that haven't come about, that were difficult for you, you've really had to fight for. And it's now about moving to, because the Tower, of course, has destroyed all of that, and it's time to move to another level, another horizon, other opportunities. And so don't carry the burdens of the past with you, because that's just going to weigh you down, make it difficult to move forward. It's about really looking at what you've learned and taking with you the skills and the knowledge that you've learned from that. What have you learnt from those situations, and take that with you, because it's a much lighter load. It's going to make your passage to the next part of the journey a lot easier than carrying all the burdens, the guilt, the blame, the betrayal, everything that's happened in the past, and taking all of that with you. Leave those things behind and just take what you've learnt from those experiences with you. Okay, there's a decision that's coming up for you too, the Two of Swords. There's a decision that you're needing to make that's going to be quite a hard decision for you to make. You're at a crossroads. You're going to be at a crossroads, and you know this is sort of going to happen towards the end of June, I feel, maybe week 3 of June, where you are at a crossroad. You really need to look at a situation, and there is deception around that situation. It is an emotional situation. And it's time to make a decision on it, which will be difficult for you to do. You're really going to have to think about it. You're really going to have to analyse it. You're really going to have to decide which way to go, which is, you know, you've got all the water in the background. Which it's emotional. It's emotional for you. But it's not impossible, because there's a new horizon. There's a new dawn coming at the over the horizon. So it's not an impossible situation. It's just a difficult decision once you're needing to make it, and you're better off making it rather than have it taken out of your hands and being much worse than it is. Ease and grace, really balance things out. It's got to do with past issues. It's got to do with past issues. So look at what you've learnt from past issues, which will ease this choice that you're going to have to make. And your final card is the King of Cups. The King of Cups can be male or female, and it's Sagittarius. It's Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It can be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer person that is there, male or female. Or it can be someone that's got those qualities, that is intuitive, that is emotional, that is supportive, that is nurturing around you, that you can lean on, that you can ask for advice. For some of you. So for some of you, this is going to represent a person that is going to be quite supportive around you with the water sign qualities, or is a water sign, male or female, around you. Quite intuitive. For some of you, this is where you're going to reach. By the end of June, you're going to reach it's going to be quite an emotional time for you. It's going to be quite an emotional time for you. It's going to be very difficult to look at things logically and systematically, because I feel like there's an emotional time coming up around you by the end of June, and it is tied into the decision that you're needing to make, the decisions that you're needing to make, okay, and it's got a lot to do with the past. So past issues, past situations. Have you learnt from the past in moving forward and making that choice and that decision? So you've got a difficult decision coming up around you by the end of June. One that you can make though, because there is a future, there is a sunrise, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So for some of you it's going to be really difficult. For others of you it's not going to be such a big decision, but it's going to be a little bit, you're going to be a little bit torn in making that decision as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the Angels of Abundance. Let's have a look at the overall card for you. Oh, there we go. Visualize abundance in all forms. So maintain a positive outlook, maintain a positive attitude, Sagittarius. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. So it's really about making the choices, making the decisions, and staying focused in what you are wanting as an outcome. So I hope that that's been helpful for you, Sagittarius, for the month of June. I will see you mid-month for your mid-month reading, and I wish you many, many blessings.